Hey everyone, today we're going to be learning about deductive geometry with quadrilaterals, four-sided shapes. In quadrilaterals and in deductive geometry, like all deductive geometry, we are detectives. We are looking for clues. We are looking for the missing angles for us to find the angle that we are looking for. In this case here, we're asked to find x. Is this a quadrilateral? Well, yes it is. It's a four-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four-sided shape. It's a quadrilateral. We're asked to find x. X is this angle here. So now we look, and like all deductive geometry and all work we do with angles, we are detectives. The first things first, to look at the diagram in total, to look at the details. When we look, we can see that we have this angle marked as 30 degrees. This angle as 75 degrees, that's the angle that is missing. And we have an outside angle at 150 degrees. When we look at the total, we need to think, where are we going to start? We need to plan our work. To plan this, we're going to think, how are we going to use the clues that we have, this angle, that angle, and that angle, to work out x? Well, with experience and with practice, we need to straight away notice that, okay, we're going to use these angles to help us out. Where do we start? Well, let's start with the one outside. What we notice is that this angle here, which is the outside angle there, and this angle here, they add up to 360 degrees. 360 degrees, they are angles at a point. Why are we going to start here and here? We're going to start there because we would like to find the angle inside. To find the angle inside, we would like to know this angle here. It will help us out. Let's see how. So this is 150 degrees from here to there, and this is altogether 360. They add up to, what do they add up to? They add up to 360 degrees in total. 150 here and the missing angle here. The missing angle, let's call it y. We call it y. So let's find it out first. Y is going to equal 360 degrees, the total here, minus the 150. So 360 is the total, minus this angle here, this one there, this angle here, 150 degrees. We're going to be left with y. Y is going to be 360, take away 150. Y is going to be 210 degrees. So this angle here is 210 degrees. This angle all the way, 210 degrees. How do we know that? Well, which geometrical fact are we going to use? We know they add up to 360. This angle outside and this angle inside, they add up to 360. They are called angles at a point. Angles at a point. In a previous lesson, we learned about angles at a point. They add up to 360 degrees. So here we write angles at a point. Angles at a point, that's the reason. Remember, in deductive geometry, we are working out our answer, and as we work out our answer, we need to give reasons for what we are doing. So here, y equals at 210 degrees. That is this angle here, 210. So, we have 210 here, 30 here, and 75 here. We're going to use this angle, that angle, the 210, and the x that's missing. We're going to use 1, 2, and 3, 75, 30, and 210. Let's write the 210 more clearer. These three angles, with this one here, what do they add up to? We said it's a quadrilateral. We know quadrilaterals add up to 360 degrees. all four angles in any four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. So this angle, plus this angle, plus that angle, plus that angle, add up to 360 degrees. That will make it easier for us. So now we are going to work out x. X equals to 360 degrees, which is the total in the quadrilateral, that plus that plus that plus that, minus the other three angles. We're going to find x. Minus the 30, minus the 75 as well, and we're going to minus the 210. So 360 is going to take away all three angles. Going to take away the 30, going to take away the 75, and going to take away the 210. We're going to be left with x. Very important that we notice this is a four-sided shape. It adds up to 360 degrees. Now let's work it out. 360, take away the three angles, the 30, the 75, and the 210. We're taking away 30, take away 75, take away 210. We're going to be left with x. So 360, take away the total here. We know 360 minus the total 30 plus 75 plus 210. You can grab your calculator and check it out. Add them up. You should get 315. 315. So now 360 take away 315. X is going to be 45 degrees. So the size of x, this is going to be 45 degrees. 45 degrees there. What do we write? We write angle sum of a quad for quadrilateral. The reason is angle sum of a quad. We know quadrilaterals add up to 360 degrees. 360, take away the 30, take away the 75, take away the 210. The three angles in our quadrilateral, we're going to be left with the fourth angle marked with an x. X is 45 degrees. So before we move on, let's quickly look at it one more time. We saw the shape. We recognize it is a four-sided figure. It is a quadrilateral. We know that this angle, that angle, that angle, and that angle add up to 360 degrees. We also noticed that we didn't have this angle here, so we needed to find it. How do we find it? We use the angle that's outside. So we look at all the clues, all the information given to us. The angle outside and the angle inside both together make a full turn, a full revolution. They make a 360. So if that's 150, 360, take away 150, this is going to be 210. We got 210, and then we realized, easy now, the four-sided figure, the quadrilateral, take away 210, take away 30, and take away 75. So 360, take away 210, take away the 30, and take away 75. We got 315. X is going to be the leftover angle. 360, take away 315. X is going to be 45 degrees. We showed our reason here, and we showed our reason here. Our final answer, 45 degrees. It is easy, however, you need to concentrate. Look at the details. Let's do another one. Hey guys, the next example. The next example we can see is another quadrilateral. It's a four-sided shape. What kind of four-sided shape is it? It's a rectangle. How do we know? It's a rectangle. We have two long sides. We know they are equal. Two short sides. They are equal. We are asked to find x. Find x. Where is x? X is this angle here. So we need to look at the information. Like any deductive geometry, whatever shape, whatever information you get, you need to look at it in detail and very closely. You're going to see many scenarios, many examples, many questions. They all follow the same principles. You always need to look for your geometrical facts, for the properties, and that way you won't have any problems. Always understand your geometrical facts. Your co-interior angles, your supplementary angles, your angles at a point, your vertically opposite angles, you always need to know these. You also need to know the properties of quadrilaterals and also triangles as well. In here, we have this quadrilateral, we have the rectangle. We need to know how to find x. We need to follow step by step, looking at the information that is given to us. In this case, we are told this angle is 42 degrees. If this angle is 42 degrees, we are also told that there is a diagonal there and there's a diagonal there. We know that the diagonals of a rectangle are equal, and we know that the diagonals cut each other in half. They bisect each other. They cut each other in half, which means that if this diagonal is equal to that diagonal, this here, this side there, is equal to that side there. What does that mean to us? It means that this side and that side make a triangle. What kind of triangle? An isosceles triangle. So an isosceles triangle, that means this side is equal to that side there. How do we know? Because we know the diagonals of a rectangle bisect one another. They cut each other in half. This is equal and that is equal. What does that tell us? That tells us that this angle here, let's call it y. This angle is the base angle of an isosceles triangle. That means if the sides of the isosceles triangle are equal, the base angles are also equal, which means y equals to 42 degrees. Y is 42 degrees. What's the reason? Base angles of isosceles triangle. Y is 42. This angle here is 42. It's going to help us to find x, 42 degrees. So 42 degrees, base angles of isosceles triangle, 42 and 42. We are now coming closer. We're creating information to help us find x. What do you notice now? Look carefully. Which angle do you think we're going to go for next to try and find x? If you look carefully, you're going to guess it straight away. We're going to find this angle here. Call it z. Z is going to equal to 180 degrees, the total in a triangle. 180 degrees minus the other two angles, which is the 42 and the 42. We're going to get z. We know 42 plus 42 is 84, so 180 minus 84. Z is going to be 96 degrees. This is going to be 96 degrees over here. Now we write our reason: angle sum of triangle. Angle sum of a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. Now easy, very simple, we know they are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. That means x equals to 96 degrees. Vertically opposite angles. It seems like there's a lot of work, but if we know our properties, we know our angles, it will be very straightforward. So here we can see that quadrilaterals, we can use the properties in quadrilaterals in four-sided shapes. Here we actually found the missing angle x using the quadrilateral properties that the diagonals are equal, they bisect one another, which makes an isosceles triangle, and then we worked through the rest. We give our reasons, we slowly do the work, we carefully examine the information, we carefully look at our diagrams closely, and we're going to get the answer straight away. So look at the diagrams. No matter how big the diagram is, no matter what information you need, you are going to be a detective. In any geometry, in any angle work, you are a detective. Remember that.